What's going on, Mindful Reality family? It's your boy Mark. This is the last day of 2025. Oh my goodness. To think that I was born in 1987 and I've lived long enough to see the digits go up to 2025. I still feel like I'm a young OG because I'm still young, but at the same time, like, man, those years go by fast. Because I can still remember back to when I turned 30, 2017, and I felt like my life was over. I was like, oh my goodness. Not because I thought that 30 was that old, but just because I had a checklist of things that I felt like has to be completed by 30. Otherwise, my life is a complete failure. That's the way that my mind was going. I got over that after a while because I kind of realized that, if you're 30 and you got your life together and in order the exact way you want it to be by then, you're part of a smaller percentage of people than you might think. So, anyways, this month has been a depressing month for me, I guess, accentuated by the fact that I got this injury, at the beginning of the month, um, when I went to Champ Camp in Orlando, the last competition that I participated in. I got this calf injury, and that's been kind of depressing because normally I was using that as a springboard for me to just kind of take off with getting my fitness and health back in order. But instead, it became a hindrance to me because now I've had to go back to the drawing board and get myself into physical therapy and get back into doing some of the basics, stretching and stuff. But then I thought to myself about where I was this time last year. And this time last year, I was going through something major. I was going through something major that was deeply impacting me. Something that I would not wish on my worst enemy, right? And this year, as much as I can say I would like to do this, or I would have liked to accomplish this, etc., things are not bad for me right now. The worst thing is me feeling anxious about a future that I'm trying to create, that I'm feeling like I'm behind in creating. That's like the worst thing that's happening right now. But quite honestly, I've had worse. I've been through worse, and that's that. I'm generally grateful that I made it through one of the hardest times of my life, but I always kind of make it through. So I think that I don't exhibit enough gratefulness on a day to day. Not only because obviously there's people out there that have it worse. That's one thing. There's people out there that are fighting for their lives. There's people that have terminal illnesses. There's people that have dealt with tragedies. There's people that have, severe mental health issues. And I feel like I have dealt with all of those at some points in times in my life, but I'm not dealing with any of those things now. A year in review. I think the last 2 years I did my YouTube year in review. I feel like I might not end up doing that this year, just because my time has been so limited. But my year has been an interesting year when it comes to my YouTube page. I started off my year by getting a coveted interview. Happy New Year. A coveted interview for me, which was getting my interview with Cara Maria. Cara Maria, everybody knows, or everybody who is a challenge fan and who has listened to me enough knows that in terms of people that I would like to interview on from the challenge, my 1, 2, and 3 would be Cara Maria, West number 1, Cara Maria number 2, and CT number 3. And I've interviewed Wes twice, which is still amazing to me. I've interviewed Cara Maria. I interviewed Cara Maria earlier this year, and might I say, I always have a hard time saying favorite interview, but shoot, well, it's up there. At the very least, it's number 2 or 3 at the very least. But I still want to say that it's number 1 because I really enjoyed that interview. It's not just that I enjoyed the interview. If I'm just talking about straight up enjoyment of the interview, probably Sam is still holding that top spot. But a combination of my enjoyment of the interview plus the star power of the particular person that I was interviewing, she's got to be number 1 because when I interviewed Wes, I felt so nervous. Like, it was cool for me to get an interview with him, but I was also so nervous. I was so nervous. So it wasn't really fun. I hate
Hi, Ashley. Hi, Ma. Is that a golden? Oh, why does it look different? It looked like the poop was golden. That was odd. Yeah, what I was saying before I last checked out, it's like comparatively, the end of 2024 was horrible for me. Like, as horrible can get. And I've been feeling like the end of 2025 has been horrible too. But when I think back to 2024, December 31st, 2024, I think about how bad that time was for me, much worse than it is now. I think right now is just a return to my general level of anxiousness about life and the things that I would like to accomplish with my life, and
The way that I wish I had achieved certain things at this point in my life, but I think that maybe doesn't ever really go away. And then I also think I know people in my life, friends and family and stuff, that are having much worse experiences than me. And like I said earlier, I just feel like I should be grateful for the things that I do have, the ways that my life is going okay, you know, not that. Okay. My chocolate. I'm a little bit anxious about any specific reason for that, because I kind of feel like my anxiousness is just my baseline, honestly. Guess what, everybody? I need some hydroxyzine. Today is my birthday. How did I not remember that your birthday is the 31st of December? I did not even remember that, because I'm sure that you said that every year. But happy birthday. Happy birthday, chocolate. I hope that your day has been excellent. And thank you for however many years. I think that you were on my first channel, my first year. So thanks for being an OG. Thanks for being an OG music and mental health channel follower. Is there anything special that you did today to celebrate? I hope so, because you only live once. I can't imagine. I mean, I was about to say I can't imagine what it would be like to have my birthday be on the 31st of December, but at the same time, everybody gets what they get, and then you always imagine your life. You always imagine the life that you have being different, and you couldn't imagine it being different. But it's because it's just not the life that you were born with. Hold on one second. I'm going to be right back. Like, your life and your life circumstances are yours and yours alone. So you're always going to sit down and say to yourself, I can't imagine I had this circumstance, if I had this circumstance or that circumstance, because it's not your circumstance. It's almost like certain environments that people grow up in, when you have never grown up in that type of environment, you're like, I couldn't imagine growing up in these circumstances. But to the kid that just kind of came into the world and never had anything else, they're like, this is what's different about this. This is my reality that I know, and I couldn't have imagined growing up any other way. You're welcome for the birthday wishes. Ma, she she knows how you correct people's spelling all the time. That was a personal. It's not a stray because it was a direct shot, but you woke up on your 50 cent on your birthday, chocolate. You woke up like, I want to be on my 50 cent, my 50 cent. It's always a great day when you get to correct Ma on a spelling error. Mm, all these cars going through the red light. I'm not seeing any more comments, though. I don't know if I need to refresh. Sometimes it is the case, sometimes it's not the case. Oh, it's not the case. Okay. I went out to eat last night at Ruth Chris. Tonight is a house party. That sounds great, actually. Oh man. Uno. All right. House party. Like, I haven't really heard of a house party like that in a long time. But if you ask me what I would prefer between a house party and like a social gathering at a restaurant or a club or a bar, give me the house party. Because I'm going to know everybody at the house party. Or I'm going to know most people at the house party at the very least. And I'm going to be in the house. What is Roots Chris, by the way? Is that a restaurant?
I assume, like, I feel like it must be some kind of restaurant. I probably lost her when I jumped off. What's up? This Christmas.
Winter spiced cranberry or Coca-Cola holiday creamy vanilla. Remember, you're the real gift. Plus tax, terms and conditions apply. You've got a nice drink in one hand, and now a 7 Select Iced mini cake in the other. Choose strawberry, lemon, or chocolate for $1. Soft, sweet, $1 treat. You can thank us later. Plus tax, terms and conditions apply.
Oh, the music.